Railway Recruitment Board, Junior Engineer, Electronics and Allied Engineering, April 2025, CBT Stage 2, Shift to Question Paper Solutions, Part 1, General Abilities section, from question number 1 to question number 50. Question number 1. What is the primary function of firewall tool in a computer network? Firewall is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing traffic based on predetermined security rules. It acts as a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external network like internet to prevent unauthorized access and to protect against cyber threats. Firewalls can be implemented as a hardware or software or a combination of both, and the firewalls filter data packets, allowing safe ones to pass through while blocking the malicious ones. The correct answer is option 1, to monitor and control incoming and outgoing network traffic. So firewall does not speed up internet connections. Firewall does not store data securely. Firewall does not detect and remove viruses. Next question. Which function key is used to move text or graphics in a document? The function F2 key, F2 function key is used to move text or graphics in programs like Microsoft Word or Excel. In a text document, F1 opens the help screen, F1 opens the help screen, F5 opens the go to tab in the find and replace in a window, and F12 opens save as dialog box. The correct answer is option 1, F2 key is a function key used to move text or graphics in a document. Question number 3. An alloy is considered a homogeneous mixture because an alloy is a homogeneous mixture because the different metals that make it up are mixed so uniformly that the composition is same throughout the alloy. An alloy cannot be separated by filtration and cannot be chemically combined. Homogeneous mixtures have only one phase. Here the correct answer is an alloy exhibits uniform composition throughout. It contains two or more phases. It is incorrect. So alloy consists of single phase. Its components are separated by filtration. It is incorrect. Alloy components are not separated by filtration. Its components are chemically combined in fixed proportions. So it is also incorrect. Alloy contains a single phase but not two or more phases. Correct answer option 3. Question number 4. What is the general orientation of the Himalayan ranges in northwestern part of India? So in northwestern part of India, Himalayan ranges generally run from a northwest to southeast orientation. Correct answer is to northwest to southeast orientation. Question number 5. A metal wire is stretched but it does not break easily. This property is known as ductility. So ductility is a material's ability to undergo significant plastic deformation such as being stretched into a thin wire without breaking. So the property of a metal that allows it to be stretched into a thin wire without breaking is ductility. Ductility is a measure of how much a material can be permanently stretched or permanently elongated under tensile strength, tensile stress before it fractures. Metals like copper and gold are the good examples for ductile materials, while glass is a brittle material. Definition of malleability is the ability of a material to be deformed under compressive stress, such as by hammering or rolling into thin sheets. The ability of material to be hammered are rolled into thin sheets without breaking is malleability. Hardness is a measure of material resistance to localized deformation such as scratching, wear, and indentation. Example is diamond. Brittle, the property of material that causes it to break or shatter easily when subjected to a stress. A material that breaks or fractures without significant plastic deformation when force is applied is brittle material. Examples for brittle material is glass and cast iron are brittle materials. Question number 6. Which of the following is not a source of collection of municipal solid waste? Waste from hospitals, correct. Waste from homes, correct. Waste from schools, correct. In the question they have asked not a source of collection. So that is radioactive waste. Correct answer is option 3. Municipal solid waste is also called urban solid waste, includes everyday waste materials generated from homes, office, schools, shops and public places. Biodegradable waste plus non-biodegradable waste is a municipal solid waste. Household waste, commercial waste, institutional waste, street or municipal cleaning waste, construction and demolition debris, electronics and plastic waste is a part of municipal solid waste. Question number 7. A solution is prepared by dissolving 40 gram of sodium chloride in 200 gram of water. What is the mass percentage of sodium chloride in the solution? So the given problem, the mass of solute NaCl is 40 grams. The mass of solvent water is 200 grams. Total mass of solution is mass of solute plus mass of solvent. 40 grams plus 200 grams, that is 240 grams. In the question they have asked mass percentage of sodium chloride. Mass percentage of solute by mass percentage of solution into 100. That is 40 by 240 into 100, which is 16.67%. Correct answer is option 1. Question number 8. Who among the following Indian female cricketers won the Best International Cricketer Award Women at BCCI Naman Awards 2025? So correct answer is Smriti Mandana. Smriti Mandana won Best International Cricketer Women Award at BCCI Naman Awards in 2025. She recognized for her consistent performance across all format of the game during the season. Correct answer option 2. Question number 9. Which of the following MS Excel functions is used to convert a numeric value into a text with a specific format? The correct answer is option 2, text. The text function in MS Excel is used to convert numeric value into text with a specified format. The syntax is text value comma format text, where value is a number that needed to be formatted and format text is a format code that needs to apply. Next question. Which of the following elements has an atomic number of 8? Atomic number of an element is determined by the number of protons present in it, and it is used to differentiate one element and the another. The mass number of an element is determined by number of protons and neutrons combined. The atomic number of the given elements are: for hydrogen it is 1, for nitrogen 7, carbon 6, and for oxygen it is 8. The atomic number for oxygen is 8. Correct answer option 4. Question number 11. The main reason for which we are dependent on air is our. Four different options are given. Correct answer is option 2, respiration. So humans are dependent on air mainly because it contains oxygen, which is essential for respiration. During respiration, oxygen is used to break down glucose and release energy that our body needs to function. Osmoregulation is the process by which living organisms maintain the balance of water and salts in the body to keep internal conditions stable. That is osmoregulation. Kidneys helps to regulate water and salt levels in the humans. Respiration is a biological process in which cells break down glucose and use oxygen to release energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Digestion. It is a process by which food is broken down into simpler substances that can be absorbed and used by the body. Example, stomach and intestines helps in digestion. Next is excretion, the process of removing waste products from the body that are produced during metabolism. Examples, kidneys excrete urea through urine. So here, dependent on air is for respiration. Next question, which operating system is known for its open source nature and community driven development for desktops and laptops? Mac OS. It's a proprietary operating system developed by Apple Incorporation for Mac computers, known for its sleek design and strong security, but not a open source. Mac OS is not open source. Similarly, iOS is developed by Apple Incorporation for iPhones and iPads. It is not also open source. Windows developed by Microsoft for personal computers and laptops, which is a commercial and closed source. It is also not a open source. The software is open source operating system is Linux. It's an operating system known for its open source nature and community driven development for desktops and laptops. Its source code is freely available for anyone to view, modify, and distribute, which leads to higher degree of flexibility, security, and customization. Linux is an open source operating system that allows users to view, modify, distribute its source code freely. It is maintained by global community of developers. Linux is maintained by the global community of developers. Correct answer option 3. Question number 13. For the protection and improvement of environmental quality, the Environment Protection Act came into force in the year 1986. The Environment Protection Act refers to India's Environment Protection Act 1986, a landmark piece of legislation to protect and improve the environment. In 1992, it is significant for landmark United Nations Conference on Environment and Development UNCED, widely known as Earth Summit. Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and this law is enacted to protect wild animals, birds, and plants, ensuring ecological and environmental security. Air Pollution Protection Act 1981. Question number 14. The power to issue an ordinance when Parliament is not in a session is given to the President under which article? Article 123 of Indian Constitution grants the President the power to promulgate ordinances when both houses of Parliament are not in session. Article 356 of Indian Constitution allows President to impose presidential rule. Article 356 Presidential Rule. Article 110 of Indian Constitution defines a money bill. Article 72, it is related to pardon powers. Question number 15. Who among the following developed a notation system for Hindustani classical music? Pandit Vishnu Narayan Badkhande. So Ustad Bismillah Khan is a legendary Sehnai player. Pandit Vishnu Narayan Badkhande developed a notation system for Hindustani classical music. Pandit Ravi Shankar Sitar, Ustad Amjad Ali Khan, famous sarod player. So these are the images of instruments: Sehanai, Sarod, Sitar and Veena. Correct answer option 2. Question number 16. Which of the following bridges is constructed over Brahmaputra River in India? Dola Sadia Bridge is known as Bhupen Hajarika Setu, is built over Brahmaputra River in Assam, India. It connects Dhola in Assam to Sadia in Arunachal Pradesh. It is the longest bridge in India, about 9.15 km long. Other options: Howrah Bridge, built across over the Hooghly River in West Bengal. Pamban Bridge connects Rameswaram Island to the mainland Tamil Nadu. Mahatma Gandhi Setu, built over Ganga River in Bihar. Correct answer 1. Question number 17. Radiations that are emitted from nuclear waste are known to cause dash at a high rate. Mutations. Radiations from nuclear waste are known to cause mutations at a high rate. These mutations are changes in DNA sequences that can lead to genetic disorders and at high dosages can cause the cell damage, death, or increased risk of cancer. Question number 18. Who is known as the leader of Green Revolution in India? Correct answer Professor M.S. Swaminathan, the leader of Green Revolution in India. C. Subramaniam is an Union Minister for Agriculture during the Green Revolution. Kishibai Patel, founder of Amul cooperative movement in Gujarat, and it is a key figure in India's white revolution or milk production. Kishibai Patel. Rajendra Prasad, first president and freedom fighter, not directly associated with the Green Revolution. Question number 19. Which of the following will increase the heat produced by heating element? So heat produced by the heating element is given by Joule's law. Heat H is equal to I square or T, where I is a current, R is resistance, T is time. Heat increases proportionally to the square of current. Heat is increasing proportionally to the square of current. Increasing the current greatly increases the heat produced. High conductivity means less resistivity, that means less heat. Lower resistance, less heat. Decreasing the voltage decreases current and decreases heat. The correct answer is option 4. Increasing the current flow through the wire. So option 1 is incorrect. Using material with high conductivity. High conductivity means less resistivity, less heat. Using a wire of lower resistance, low heat produced. Decreasing applied voltage. If applied voltage decreases, current decreases, thereby reducing the heat. Question number 20. Which type of RAM is faster and does not require refreshing? RAM is of two different types: static RAM and dynamic RAM. So, static RAM is faster, that does not require refreshing circuitry since SRAM does not contain any capacitor. DRAM density is high. Each DRAM cell requires one transistor and one capacitor. Since capacitor is involved, refreshing circuitry is required for DRAM. ROM is read-only memory, which is a non-volatile memory. RAM is a volatile memory or read-write memory. Flash memory is also a non-volatile rewritable memory that retains data without power. So flash RAM is also a non-volatile memory. The correct answer is SRAM, static RAM, which is faster and does not require refreshing. Let us see difference between SRAM and DRAM. SRAM has lower access time. It is faster, low packaging density. SRAM is costlier. DRAM is less costly, high packaging density. but slower. DRAM is slower than SRAM. Correct answer is 1. Question number 21. What is the primary function of computer firewall? The primary function of computer firewall is to filter and control network traffic by acting as a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external one like the internet. It inspects the incoming and outgoing data packets and uses a set of security rules to determine whether to allow or block them, protecting against unauthorized access, cyber attacks, and malicious software. Correct answer is 2. To prevent unauthorized access to private network. This firewall does not store user passwords, not possible to detect and remove computer viruses. Firewall does not speed up the internet connectivity. Question number 22. Why do covalent compounds generally have low melting and boiling points? Covalent bond is a chemical bond formed by the mutual sharing of one or more pair of electrons between two atoms. Examples are water and methane, which have low melting and boiling points. Covalent compounds have low melting and boiling points because the weak intermolecular forces such as van der Waals forces or dipole-dipole interactions holding the molecules together requires less energy to break compared to strong bonds within ionic or metallic compounds. Correct answer is weak intermolecular forces. Covalent bonds have weak intermolecular forces, hence it is having low melting and boiling points. Question number 23. A concave lens has a focal length of minus 2 centimeters. What is its power? So, given focal length is minus 2 centimeters, that is minus 0.02 meters. The power of a lens is reciprocal of its focal length f in meters. P, it is measured in diopters. Power is measured in diopters is 1 by focal length. 1 by minus 0.02 meter, it is minus 50 diopters, that is minus 50 d. So correct answer is option 3. Next question. Which German optical technology firm inaugurated its first global capability center in Bengaluru in November 2024 with plan to double its workforce within 3 years? Correct answer is Carl Zeiss AG. Option 1. And the purpose of this center will support global operations, including cloud computing, cyber security, network operations, and software development for its medical technology subsidiary. Question number 25. The people of Dash were famously involved in execution of Chipko movement. Correct answer is 2. Garhwal Himalayas. The people of Garhwal Himalayas were famously involved in the Chipko movement, and this movement, which began in Uttarakhand in 1970s, was a forest conservation effort where villagers, especially the women, would hug trees to prevent them from being cut down. And Sundarlal Bahuguna was one of the prominent leaders and activists of the Chipko movement. Question number 26. LAN stands for Local Area Network. MAN stands for Metropolitan Area Network. WAN stands for Wide Area Network. And PAN stands for Personal Area Network. Next question. Which formula should be entered in cell C2 to multiply the values of cell A2 and B2 in Excel? The formula is equal to A2 multiplied with B2 should be entered in the cell C2 to multiply the values of A2 and B2. Correct answer option 2. Question number 28. due to global warming, the temperature of Earth has increased by. The significant updated data shows that global average temperature has risen by 1.1 degrees centigrade since the late 19th century, but in older textbooks, 0.6 degrees centigrade is often given as a standard answer. Question number 29. Which of the following correctly differentiates mixtures and compounds? Four different features are given. We need to identify the correct features. Feature A. Mixture can be separated by physical means. Compound requires chemical means. Feature A is correct. Mixture can be separated by physical means. Compound requires chemical means. Feature B. Composition fixed ratio, whereas compound is variable ratio. It is incorrect. Mixtures do not have fixed ratio, so feature B is incorrect, whereas compounds always form in a fixed ratio by mass. Example, H2O. In H2O, always two hydrogen atoms for every one oxygen atoms. So feature B is incorrect. Feature C. Properties of mixture always same as constituents. So it is correct. Compound, for a compound, properties are different from constituents. In mixture, always same as constituents, the substances in a mixture retain their original properties, whereas for a compound, different from constituents. The properties of compound is different from the constituents. Compound properties are completely different from those of the elements that form it. Example, in a water which is a liquid, but hydrogen and oxygen are gases. So feature C is also correct. Feature D, which is related to formation, mixtures are formed by simple mixing, whereas compounds are formed by chemical reaction. So here mixture formation is chemical reaction. It is incorrect. Compound by simple mixing, incorrect. Reversely given. So feature D is also incorrect. Correct features related to mixtures and compounds are A and C. That is option 3, option A is correct. Option 3, option 4 is correct. Correct features in the as per the given question is separation and properties. Question number 30. Who among the following established the Bengal Chemical Swadeshi stores? Acharya Prafulla Chandra Roy founded the Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals in 1901, which later led to the establishment of Bengal Chemical Swadeshi stores during the Swadeshi movement to promote Indian made goods. Correct answer is 1. Acharya P.C. Roy. Question number 31. What happens to the pH of pure water when a few drops of lemon juice are added? As lemon juice is acidic in nature, which decreases the pH of pure water. Correct answer is 4. Let us see in detail. For a neutral, pH is 7, and for acidic substance, pH is less than 7. For basic substance, pH is greater than 7. For a neutral solution, pH is 7, and this pH scale varies from 0 to 14. Lower values indicating greater acidity, and the higher values indicating greater alkalinity. For a neutral solution, pH is exactly 7, meaning neither acidic nor basic. Example is pure water. And for acidic substance, pH is less than 7. Lower the number, stronger the acid. Example is lemon juice. For basic substance, pH is above 7, which are alkaline. Higher the number indicates the stronger the base. Question number 32. Where can one find the option to change a PowerPoint template? In Microsoft PowerPoint, user can change or apply template or theme from the Design tab by selecting from Themes group. So Design tab and selecting from the Themes group. Correct answer is 4. Question number 33. Which of the following was not an artisan guild during Mauryan period? Artisan guilds in the Mauryan period typically included professions involved in manual or skilled labor such as carpenters, potters, bankers, merchants, metalworkers, and weavers. Astrologers were a part of intellectual or priestly class. Their work was advisory and spiritual. Correct answer is 2. Artisan astrologers was not a part of artisan guild during Mauryan period. Question number 34. Who among the following referred to the directive principles as life-giving provisions of Indian Constitution? L.M. Singhvi referred to the directive principles as life-giving provisions of the Constitution of India. Ivor Jennings, a British constitutional expert and scholar, referred the directive principles as a manifestation of aims and aspirations. B.R. Ambedkar described fundamental rights as conscience of constitution and directive principles as instruments of instruction. H.M. Srivani, distinguished constitutional lawyer and author of Constitutional Law of India, recognized the importance of directive principles but took a realistic and legalistic approach, emphasizing it as primacy of fundamental rights since they are enforceable. Here, the correct answer is L.M. Singhvi referred to the directive principle as life-giving provisions of the Constitution of India. Question number 35. Kinetic energy of an object is derived using which of the following equations of motions? There are four equations of motion. First equation of motion is V is equal to U plus AT, and second equation of motion is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Third equation of motion is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Fourth equation of motion is S is equal to half U plus V into T, where U is the initial velocity, V is final velocity, S is displacement, T is time, A is acceleration, F is force, and W is work done. So using W is equal to force into displacement, whereas force is mass into acceleration, and displacement can be written as V square minus U square by 2A. So therefore work W is equal to half into mass V square minus U square. If object starts at rest, initial velocity is 0, U is 0, therefore work is equal to half mv square. Work done is change in kinetic energy. The kinetic energy of an object is derived from V is equal to U square plus 2as formula, or V square minus U square is equal to 2as, which is third equation of motion. The first equation of motion is V is equal to U plus AT. Second equation of motion is UT plus half AT square is equal to S. And third equation of motion is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Correct answer is 2. Question number 36. The President has power to dissolve which House of Parliament? Lok Sabha only. The President has a power to dissolve the Lok Sabha, which is a lower house of Parliament of India, under Article 85 of Indian Constitution. This power is exercised on the advice of Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Rajya Sabha, upper house, is a permanent body and cannot be dissolved. Question number 37. The wavelength of ultraviolet radiations which is most powerful and cause damage to DNA is. Ultraviolet radiation is divided into UVA, UVB, and UVC category, there is no category of UVD radiation. For UVA ultraviolet A category, wavelength is 320 to 400 nanometers, which is least energetic, whereas for UVC, wavelength is 100 to 280 nanometers, less wavelength, higher frequency, which is most energetic, germicidal, and severe DNA damages. Whereas UVB, 280 to 320 nanometers, medium energy, which causes sunburn and DNA damage. For UVC, the damage is very severe, whereas for UVB, it causes DNA damage. Correct answer is option 1. So, UV radiation is classified into three main types: UVA, UVB, and UVC, which differ by wavelength and how they interact with the Earth's atmosphere. Electricity production is categorized under which of the following economic sectors? So, India's economic sector is classified into three types on the basis of activity, nature, on the basis of work condition, on the basis of assets ownership. On the basis of activity nature, it is primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, quaternary sector, and quinary activities. On the basis of work condition, organized sector and unorganized sector. On the basis of work condition, on the basis of assets ownership, public sector, private sector. Primary sector of activity are undertaken by directly using natural resources. Examples are agriculture, mining, fishing, forestry, dairy, etc. Are some examples of this primary sector. People engaged in primary sector are called red collar workers due to the outdoor nature of their work. Secondary sector includes industries where finished products are made from natural materials produced in the primary sector. Industrial production, cotton fabric, sugarcane production, etc. activities comes under this sector. People engaged in secondary activities are called blue collar workers. Eight core industries are electricity, steel, refinery products, crude oil, coal, cement, natural gas, and fertilizers. So, in the question, electricity production comes under secondary sector. Tertiary sector or service sector activities help in the development of primary and secondary sector by itself. Economic activities in tertiary sector does not produce goods, but they are in the aid or support for the production. Goods transported by trucks or trains, banking, insurance, finance, etc. comes under tertiary sector or service sector. Goods transported by trucks or trains, banking, insurance, and finance, etc. People working under territory or service sector are called white collar jobs. Next is quaternary activities or specialized territory activities in the knowledge sector which demands a separate classification. A quaternary sector is intellectual aspect of economy. People working in office buildings, elementary schools and university classrooms, hospitals and doctors, offices, theaters, accounting and brokerage firms all belongs to quaternary activities. Here the correct answer is 3. Question number 39. In an aquatic ecosystem, the phenomenon of biomagnification can be best suited in case of biomagnification is increasing the concentration of a substance in organisms at successively higher levels in a food chain. Example is predator fish eats many smaller fish that have already bioaccumulated mercury. The predator then accumulates the mercury from all the fish it eats, resulting in a much higher concentration in its own body. That is, the concentration of mercury is much higher in a predator fish, which is eating smaller fishes that have already bioaccumulated mercury. Biomagnification is buildup of toxic substances within a single organism over a time, whereas biomagnification is increasing the concentration of those toxins as they move from successive levels of a food chain. In the options, chlorine is used in water treatment, it evaporates or dissolves. It does not accumulate in organisms. Phosphates, these are nutrients but not toxic bioaccumulating chemicals. Organochlorine, this is actually a border class of chemicals to which DTT belongs. DTT is a well known example of organochlorine. From the given options, correct answer is or exact answer is DDT, dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Question number 40. A ball of mass 50 grams is moving with a velocity of 15 meters per second. What is its kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by an object due to its motion. Units are joules. Kinetic energy is a scalar quantity, that means it is having only magnitude but not a direction. Given mass is 50 grams, that is 0.05 kg, velocity is 15 meters per second. Kinetic energy is given as half mv square joules. Half mass is 0.05, velocity is 15 square. So kinetic energy is 5.625 joules. Correct answer 3. Question number 41. Which country proposed the idea of holding a United Nations conference on human interactions with the environment in 1968? Sweden. Sweden proposed the idea of holding a United Nations Conference on Human Interactions with the Environment in 1968. This proposal led to the 1972 United Nations Conference on Human Environment in Stockholm, which was the first major intercontinental conference to focus on environmental issues. 3 is correct. Question number 42. What happens when you click on forward button in an email? Clicking forward opens new email draft with the original message content, including its text, formatting, and attachments. Also, user can add new recipients to the to field, add own comments, and send it to share the original email with users. This is clicking forward button in email. Correct answer is the original message is copied to the new email draft. Question number 43. In which of the following events did Deepthi Jivanji set a world record at the 2024 World Para Athletics Championship? Deepthi Jivanji set a world record in the women's 400 meter T20 event at 2024 World Para Athletic Championships. 400 meters T20. Question number 44. Which of the following is not toxic to non-target organisms in the soil? In soil, target organisms are the specific pest pathogens or weeds that pest control methods are designed to eliminate them, such as disease causing fungi or insects. Non target organisms are any organism not intended to be affected by pest control method, which includes beneficial bacteria, beneficial fungi, earthworms, mites, and other soil invertebrates and vertebrates. In the options, organic fertilizers are derived from natural sources like compost, manure, and plant residues and are considered non toxic to non target organisms, whereas herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, these are toxic to non target organisms. Herbicides are designed to kill weeds, pesticides are meant to control pests, which can include insects also. Fungicides, these are specifically designed to kill fungi. The relevant answer is correct answer is organic fertilizers are not toxic to non-target organisms in soil. Question number 45. In January 2025, India launched NVS-2 satellite to strengthen which of the following navigation system? NAVIC is regional system focused on India and its surrounding areas. NAVIC stands for Navigation with Indian Constellation. It is India's independent regional navigation satellite system, which was previously known as Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System IRNSS. NAVIC is India's indigenous alternative to GPS, designed to support civilian, military, and commercial applications. NVS 2 satellite will augment the existing constellation of NAVIC satellites, ensuring better accuracy, better coverage, and reliability for navigation services. Correct answer is NAVIC, navigation with Indian constellation. So for Russia, it is GLONASS. For US, GPS. European, Galileo. For China, it is Baidu. Question number 46. A car moving at a constant speed of 123 km per hour along a straight road is an example of motion is defined as change of a position of an object with respect to time. Uniform motion means object moves at a constant speed in a straight line covering equal distances in equal time intervals. Correct answer is uniform motion. Here the speed is constant and it is moving in a straight line. Non-uniform motion is when object speed or direction changes, meaning it covers unequal distances in equal time intervals. Rotational motion is circular movement of an object around a central axis, which can be uniform rotational or non-uniform rotational motion. Random motion is movement with no set direction or no set pattern where path shifts unexpectedly like a bee searching for a flower. Different types of motion is linear motion, object moving in a straight line; circular motion, object moving in circular path; rotational motion, object moving around the axis; oscillatory motion, back and forth or repetitive motion; translational motion, the entire object moves from one place another to another, that is translation. Next, periodic motion, motion that repeats at regular intervals. Correct answer 2. Question number 47. Which of the following options is not a greenhouse gas? The main greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, N2O, nitrous oxide. Another important gases include water vapor, H2O, ozone, and synthetic gases like chlorofluorocarbons, hydrofluorocarbons, perfluorocarbons, and sulfur hexafluoride SF6. Here, methane is a greenhouse gas, carbon monoxide is a greenhouse gas, nitrous oxide is a greenhouse gas. In the question, not a greenhouse gas. So that is carbon tetrachloride. Question number 48. The atomic mass of sulfur is 32 U. The and sulfur exists as S8 molecules. What is molecular mass of sulfur? So molecular mass of sulfur is 32 units into 8, that is 256, because sulfur exists as S8 molecule. Sulfur exists as S8 molecules. Correct answer 3. Question number 49. A sound wave with a low frequency will have low pitch. Pitch depends on frequency. Lower frequency vibrations make deeper or bass like sound that have low pitch. Higher pitch corresponds to higher frequency sounds like a whistle. Amplitude related to loudness. Amplitude is related to loudness. Sound can be low frequency but still very loud if amplitude is high. That means low frequency is equal to low pitch, long wavelength. Lambda is inversely proportional to frequency. Correct answer is low pitch. Question number 50. An object is placed 15 centimeter in front of convex lens having a focal length of 25 centimeters. The image distance is given. Focal length of convex lens f is plus 25, because for convex lens focal length is positive. Object placed in front of the lens u is equal to minus 15 centimeters. Lens formula is 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u, where v is equal to image distance, where u is real object distance. Using this formula, 1 by v is equal to 1 by f plus 1 by u. 1 by v is equal to 1 by 25 plus 1 by minus 15, that is minus 2 by 75. V is minus 37.5 centimeters. The image distance is minus 37.5 centimeters. Correct answer is 1.